The first people of the Springs, the Paleo-Indians, arrived from the north sometime between 14 and 12,000 BC.
They traveled by foot, in bands of extended families. We can tell that they hunted game by the size of projectile points found in the area.
Eventually, the small bands of people spread throughout the Southwest. As they adapted to different environments, distinct cultures began to emerge.
The Great Basin and Mojave Desert peoples roamed the countryside, harvesting seasonal foods and hunting small game. Some even began planting crops like corn, beans, and squash.
Archaeologists have identified stone metates, piercing tools, and shaft straighteners from this time period. Over thousands of years, the climate became more humid.
More frequent rains allowed for agriculture, which supported a growing population.
Around AD 1100, the Virgin branch of the ancestral Puebloans inhabited the area in what is now the Las Vegas Springs.
They survived on local flora like mesquite, wild grapes, and roots, as well as food they cultivated, like corn, beans, and pumpkins. They also learned to make elaborate pottery and baskets.
There is no sign of the ancestral Puebloans after AD 1250. It's likely that they blended in with other local cultures.
By around 1500, the Batayan had built permanent dwellings, but they continued their seasonal migration, harvesting crops. The Shoshone and Paiute continued to live a totally nomadic lifestyle.
Our springs were a crucial stopping point on their seasonal migrations. By the early 1800s, European colonists began to journey west, while the Spanish and Mexican explorers moved up from the south, probably traveling along Native American trails.
In 1829, a Spanish explorer, Antonio Armijo, arrived at our springs and described the place Las Vegas, which translates to the meadows in English.
Explorers, settlers, and ranchers soon made the trip to Las Vegas, for the same reason as the native peoples: the water.
The earliest ranches were built right next to the springs, and right next to the southern Paiute. Unfortunately, the two cultures often clashed.
Times changed quickly. The railroad and the land auction were followed by automobiles and airplanes.
Of the native people who first came to the springs, the southern Paiutes are still in the Las Vegas area. Other groups moved on, but their descendants still live throughout the Southwest.
And the city of Las Vegas is showing no signs of slowing down. It's one of the fastest growing cities in the world.